We don't have anyone to ask for food anymore. We just eat once a day now.
The economy seen contracting 5.2% this year. The Philippines, slightly better, though still contracting at 1.9%.
Nothing has changed. We are still poor, we are still scouring for food. But now my husband and I are too sick to work.
Ang field office nila ay inatasan na maagang maglaga.
There was a time when the Philippine peso stood side by side with the US dollar, when we were richer than South Korea, richer than Singapore. Yes, Singapore, the country where so many of us now work as domestic helpers, cleaners, construction workers. Back then, the world looked at the Philippines and said, "This is the next rising tiger." But today, our children study by candlelight, our nurses flee to foreign hospitals, and our economy left choking behind. Meanwhile, Malaysia builds highways, Indonesia launches satellites, and we're still stuck asking, what happened to us? We had the talent, the resources, the head start, but somewhere along the way we lost the plot. Corruption became normal. Dynasties replaced democracy, and we, the people, were left to survive however we could. This isn't just a history lesson. This is a wake-up call, because if we don't learn from our past, we're going to lose our future. This is the story of how the Philippines fell behind and what we need to do to catch up. Chapter 1, Peso, that could rival the dollar. Once, the Philippine peso stood strong. In the 1960s, $1 was worth only 2 pesos. Today, it's over 56. We didn't just lose value, we lost our pride. Back then, we had potential. Our neighbors saw it, the world saw it, and for a moment, it felt like we were rising. But while we stumbled, they soared. Malaysia built the tallest twin towers in the world, the Petronas Towers, a symbol of ambition, confidence, and a future grounded in national pride. Indonesia raced ahead. Literally, they launched Southeast Asia's first bullet train, fast, modern, efficient, everything we still dream of. And Singapore, they built the strongest passport in Asia. Today, they boast the highest GDP per capita on the continent, over $90,000 per person. Meanwhile, ours sits around $4,700. We started the race together. Same region, same history, same wounds from colonizers. But somehow, they sprinted and we stalled. Our peso crumbled. Our families left home to survive. Our dreams got delayed again. This isn't just about exchange rates. This is about choices made and chances wasted. And now, as we watch others rise, we have to ask ourselves, how did we fall so far? Because this was just the beginning. Chapter 2, the Philippines. Rich in resources, poor in reality. They say the Philippines is poor, but look around. Does this look like a poor country? We sit on millions of hectares of fertile land. We have some of the richest marine biodiversity on Earth. We're surrounded by precious minerals, timber, nickel, copper, and gold, and underneath our waters, massive oil and gas reserves still waiting to be tapped. Other countries would kill for this kind of abundance, but here it stays buried, wasted, forgotten, blocked by bureaucracy, foreign pressure, and corruption. While Malaysia turns its oil into highways and towers, while Indonesia uses its coal, tin, and nickel to power cities, while Vietnam builds factories and export billions in seafood and electronics, we export our people. We rely on our OFWs to send money just so we can keep our economy alive. It's not that we don't have the resources. It's that we don't use them right. Decades of mismanagement, policies that change every 6 years, projects that never get finished, corruption that eats up every good plan before it can grow. We have mountains of potential, but we keep digging ourselves into deeper holes. walls. And every time we try to climb out, someone in power benefits more by keeping us where we are. Still poor, still waiting, still saying, maybe next year. But how did we get trapped in this cycle? That brings us to the truth many don't want to admit. Chapter 3. The real cost of corruption. We say we want change, but every election, the same names appear. Marcos, Duterte, Estrada, Arroyo, Aquino. Decades pass, but the faces of power remain. After independence, we had a chance, but we gave that chance to families, not to the people. In 2022, Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr., son of a dictator, became president. Many hoped he would rise above the past, but today, inflation is rising, wages are flat, power is unstable, and the vice president, Sara Duterte, daughter of the last president, just resigned as education secretary amid massive criticism, budget issues, and deep frustration over the state of our schools. She wanted billions in confidential funds, while students still sit on broken chairs and teachers beg for chalk and paper. Is this what we voted for in a country where children drop out because they can't afford uniforms? Our officials ask for private jets and security escorts. Corruption isn't just stealing money, it's stealing futures. And the cost is paid by you, the commuter stuck in traffic, the mother choosing between medicine or dinner, the OFW in Singapore cleaning someone else's toilet while her own children grow up without her. We call them heroes, but they're sacrifices we should never have asked for, because if the Philippines had good governance, they wouldn't need to leave. Enough is enough. We must break the cycle, not just of corrupt leaders, but of a system that rewards the famous, not the qualified. We're not hopeless, but we must get angry enough to change. Is it too late, or is our real strength still waiting to wake up? Chapter 4. Can the Philippines still rise again? The truth is, we're running out of excuses. We have the people. Filipinos are building cities in Dubai, running hospitals in Canada, coding apps in Silicon Valley. We have the resources. We have nickel, copper, gold, oil, and natural gas, more than enough to power our economy for generations. We have the location, a nation at the heart of Asia, surrounded by trade routes, blessed with stunning beauty and fertile seas. But still, we struggle. Why? Because while other countries invest in their people, we let dynasties control everything. Because while Singapore focused on merit, we made popularity a qualification. Because while Malaysia built the tallest wind towers in the world, Indonesia launched Southeast Asia's first bullet train, and Singapore reached a GDP per capita of $91,000. We were still debating which political family to trust again, but it's not too late. We don't need to be Singapore overnight. We just need to demand more from our leaders, from ourselves, from our system. Invest in education. Reward integrity. Stop choosing entertainers over experts. Stop normalizing corruption in small or big forms. The Philippines can rise, not because of any one president, but because of millions of Filipinos who've had enough, who believe that their children deserve more than just survival, that our OFWs should come home, not in coffins, but in triumph, that our country deserves to lead, not follow. We've been rich before. We can be rich again. But this time, let's build a nation where no Filipino is left behind. We could be making 500,000 barrels a day, and yet we're paying more, earning less, and falling behind. So why are we still struggling when our land sits on mass oil and gas? Time is money, and the clock is ticking. If you believe the Philippines still has a future, watch this next. Philippines makes 500,000 barrels a day. So why are we still struggling? Let's fight for a future we deserve.